trending burning question. Powered by XUV400 and Cool Fans.
From Vadra Congress to AAP, opposition targets retired Justice S. Abdul Nazeer for being appointed as Andhra Governor. Lobby sees Ram Janmabhoomi judgment conveniently forgets triple talaq. Hypocrisy is out and exposed. As Prime Minister flags off Aero India 2023, world watches as India emerges as a defense superpower. Not once or twice, SP leader Swami Prasad Maurya insults Hindus yet again, and Akhilesh is completely silent on his neta. Man accused of BJP Yuva Morcha leader Praveen Netharu's murder fielded in elections by SDPI. Former Congressman Indira's aide claims Prabhakaran is alive. All right, very good evening, friends. This Monday, it's been a newsy day and full of controversies, from Swami Prasad Maurya of the Samajwadi Party sticking to his guns and Akhilesh shielding him. And down south, we have had former Indira aide talking about whether Prabhakaran is alive, and then starting another controversy. Remember, sensitive issues involved with our neighbor Sri Lanka there. And then we also have SDPI brazenly giving a ticket for contesting elections to an accused in the Praveen Netharu case. All that is going to be prime-time news. But the most important one, the lobby politicizing appointment of Justice S. Abdul Nazeer as the next governor of Andhra Pradesh. Remember, President of India made 13 appointments to the post of governor. That was yesterday. And of those 13 appointments, Congress and other opposition parties have raised objection to one. That's of Justice Nazeer, who has been named governor of Andhra Pradesh. Opposition's contention is that this retired Supreme Court judge gave the Ayodhya verdict in favor of the Hindus. Here's how the judiciary is being targeted. Let's look at this report and then we come back to discuss.
The controversy over an appointment of Justice S. Abdul Nazeer as Andhra Pradesh's governor is getting bigger after Congress.
Well, I think it calls for a larger discussion with regard to the post-retirement appointment of judges. Because this is not the first time that this has happened.
Aam Aadmi Party raised objections.
राज भवन जो है ये राजा भवन के रूप में तब्दील हो गया, इसकी कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है। लोकतंत्र में चुनी हुई सरकारें होती हैं, उन सरकारों को अपने विवेक से काम करने की छूट होनी चाहिए और ये राज्यपाल और एलजी ये सब बंद करना चाहिए। इसमें फालतू एक तो उनके प्रोटोकॉल में पैसे खर्च होते हैं करोड़ों रुपए, उनको एक वोट नहीं मिलता है।
Meanwhile, BJP has slammed the ecosystem.
इन्होंने राम जन्मभूमि मंदिर के पक्ष में फैसला दिया, 3 तलाक के मुद्दे पर नोट ऑफ डिसेंट भी तो दिया था। किसी जज के दर्जनों फैसले हो सकते हैं, कोई पक्ष में फैसला हो सकता है, कोई मेजॉरिटी के साथ, कोई माइनॉरिटी के साथ। ये कोई परी घटना नहीं है। इसके पहले फातिमा बीबी सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जज थी, उनको केरला का गवर्नर नियुक्त किया गया था।
With constant attacks from the opposition, is there an attempt to create an environment of distrust against institutions, further leading to chaos and anarchy? Let's debate.
All right, Manish Tiwari of the Congress party says that we have to have a discussion on whether this practice of appointing retiring judges to gubernatorial assignments are right or wrong. We had Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party saying it's a waste of money. In the interest of the nation and its democracy, let's discuss this aspect in the light of appointment of Justice S. Abdul Nazeer as the next governor of Andhra Pradesh. Joining me on the side of the BJP, defending the government, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, national spokesperson of the party, Kapil Sakla, advocate, Supreme Court. He's live from Delhi, both of them live from Delhi. In fact, on the other side, Manasvi Thapar, loyal and political analyst, live from Ahmedabad, and Ravi Srivastav. Joining us live from Mumbai, political analyst, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. I'm not opening the debate. Thank you so much, our guests, for joining us. I'm doing a quick sample of where you stand. I am asking a question, just answer yes or no. Is this the first time that this is happening? Gopal Krishna Agarwal, yes or no?
No.
Is this the first time it is happening? Kapil Sakla, yes or no?
Not at all. It's happened before.
Okay. Is this the first time, Manasvi Thapar, this is happening? Yes or no?
No, it has been criticized by the then opposition, now in power BJP, in the past.
Fantastic. 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 Is this the first time this is happening, Ravi Srivastav? Yes or no?
No, but it has not been ever done so brazenly. I mean, that is a bad precedent.
Okay, so then let's go into the recent past. Hold on. I am moderating the debate. Hold on. Let's go into the recent past. And I will take both the sides. I will speak about both the sides, you know. So the last one, I believe, was Justice P. Sathasivam. He was made governor of Kerala by the present government sometime in 2014, I think the end of 2014. Then we have had a case of Justice Aftab Alam. Supreme Court, he was on the bench from 2007 to 2013 during the UPA years. He was, in fact, before he became a Supreme Court judge, Communist Party card-holding member, a comrade, and then immediately on retirement, he became chairman of the TDSET, which is Telecom Disputes Settlement and Appellate Tribunal. Significant because what happened in the telecom sector during the UPA years, perhaps. And then we had Justice Markandeya Kajju. He was made Press Council of India chairman immediately on his retirement. So this is a recent past, of course. Let's now open the debate and have, try to understand what's the problem. If I could begin with Manasvi. Manasvi, if you keep it short, we can have more diversity of opinion and more of everyone in this debate. Manasvi, what's your problem?
Abhishek, the problem is on the 360-degree turn of BJP. In 2012-13, Arun Jaitley ji, the late Arun Jaitley ji, said that pre-retirement judges are influenced by a desire for a post-retirement job. So this particular idea of BJP was liked by everyone in this country in 2012 and 13. While Congress was doing giving giveaways during the post-retirement era for the judges, this was criticized by the BJP. Now BJP has completely switched over to their own stand. So do the BJP agree that what Arun Jaitley ji said in 2012 and 13 was correct, or what they are doing right now is correct? My problem is that. So BJP is doing what Congress did. So where is the difference of the party with the so-called party with difference is no more different than Congress.
Then why
and their justification is that in the past Congress did, that is why
Manish
we are doing
Tiwari in opposition wants a discussion. Manish Tiwari
it has to be criticized.
In power, and he was law minister for a while. He is okay with the convention practice, whatever you call it.
Abhishek, that is the real point. We can't change what the Congress did in the past, and that is why the entire country voted for BJP for this very reason. What they stood for in the opposition, that is the sole reason people in the country voted for BJP, because they thought that this particular political party will not give any particular lollipops to anyone after retirement. But now they've completely shifted to the Congress stand. So what is BJP? It is not an idea of difference. It is what Congress did in the past.
Quick points you made. Good points you made. Let me take this to the BJP representative here. Mr. Agarwal, according to Manasvi Thapar, who actually leans towards the Congress party, he's saying that the BJP has done a 180-degree turn. When you were in opposition, you did not like this practice. Now you are practicing it yourself. And then he says that the mandate was for not giving lollipops, and you are doing exactly same. Mr. Agarwal, how would you defend that?
Abhishek ji, we have to understand that there are 3-4 issues involved in every decision making. There are several factors. We should understand what are the factors here. Is it unconstitutional? No, it is within the constitutional parameter that the retired judge can be appointed. Second is there no precedence about it? There are several precedents where since the time of independence there has been practice that people for retired judges are being appointed. The third point is if the government has to give representation to every sections of the society, in this case particularly minority, are there requires many of the retired judges. There were so many constitutional posts are vacant, which requires that the governor, the retired justices have to be appointed. The fourth point that I would like to say is why they are opposing that. There is one issue that his judgment they don't like is about the Ram temple, construction of the Ram temple. We want to ask Congress and opposition, are they against the construction of the Ram temple is also an important. And the last point that I would like to say is that it had been brought to the Supreme Court and Mr. Justice bench had given its decision that this is this is valid, that judges we cannot stop the appointment of retired judges, and people had to this case to the Supreme Court, where there is a judgment and decision that it is
Abhishek, can I quickly respond? Abhishek, can I quickly respond?
So all the 4-5 points very clearly mentioned. There is
No.
Abhishek, can I quickly respond?
Constitutional.
Yeah.
We
Mr.
are
Agarwal,
giving representation to the minorities.
I appreciate.
And the Supreme
Abhishek.
Court has given its decision that retired judges can be appointed, and there are not ample people.
Okay, Mr. Agarwal, I really appreciate that every panelist is putting across their points of view in a very concise manner. That helps me keep rolling the debate. I will take this now to Ravi Srivastava. Manasvi, I'll come to you. You have heard your opening comments. Let's keep rotating this. Ravi Srivastava, let's look at Justice S. Abdul Nazeer's recent judgments. You know, he was on the bench of Ayodhya verdict, and he raised, in fact, I was closely watching, and you would have closely watched the proceedings inside the court. He did raise many questions about both the sides and in a very objective manner, and ultimately he went with the majority verdict. Then, in another case of the triple talaq, he in fact was the dissenting judge, Ravi Srivastava, and took a position which was against what the government wanted. Similarly, on the case of demonetization, he went across and upheld the executive's powers to go ahead and implement that kind of decision. He was, I think, essentially agreeing that there has to be a separation between what the judiciary can do and what is exactly the domain or absolutely the domain of the executive, and that separation of powers should be respected. So I think it was a very reasoned verdict. And then again, in the right to privacy case, he actually went against the government. So 2 by 2, Ravi Srivastava, 4 important judgments that Justice S. Abdul Nazeer gave in the last couple of years. In 2 cases, he was sort of upheld the government position. In 2 important ones, he was against the government. So where is any doubt about his integrity and judgment based on which you should be questioning this appointment?
Abhishek, this is becoming a kind of a situation which is setting a bad precedent. There has to be some parameter. Now, if you say the 5 judges who gave the Ram Mandir judgment, you say all 4, barring Justice Sharad Bopte, all 4 have been accommodated. One became a CJI, one became an NCART president, one became a Rajya Sabha member, the other became a governor. So these kind of situations, these kind of
that's preposterous.
Give a doubt.
Ravi Srivastava, can you be? No, I can't allow this. Ravi Srivastava, I can't allow this. You are questioning an institution. The present CJI has become CJI by following a convention. He's the senior most judge, for God's sake. It's not a reward. He deserves it. It's on merits.
Such kind of judgments give us suspicion.
No, but you can't put out of context and absolutely make preposterous comments, Ravi Srivastava. There has to be reasoned debate.
This is what I'm saying. both the parties, when they go to court,
No,
they
I
know
will
what
not
is the
allow this.
truth.
No,
The fact
this
is,
has to be
the
expunged.
judiciary is on
This
trial.
remark, no, Ravi Srivastava, this remark has to be expunged. I can't allow this. No judgment of the Supreme Court of the country is managed in any manner by any side. These are absolutely merit-driven, objective verdicts given by the topmost judicial officers of the country, Ravi Srivastava. I can't allow this word managed to be used in this debate. That has to be expunged. For the time being, Ravi Srivastava, I have to move on. Let me take Kapil Sakla. He's a serious Supreme Court lawyer. No. Ravi Srivastava, this can't be allowed. Ravi Srivastava, the use of that word is absolutely objectionable. Take it back. No, Ravi Srivastava, take it back. No verdict of the Supreme Court has ever managed to take that word back.
I have not said anything wrong. It is in the public domain.
No, take that word back, Ravi Srivastava. That can't be allowed. No, that can't be allowed. I will go to Kapil Sakla.
Can I just say this? Yes, can I just say this?
No.
I just want to say this.
Kapil Sakla, Ravi Srivastava began by saying that this sets a bad precedent. What precedent are we talking about? I have a list of judges having been party members, becoming judges, retiring, becoming party members, becoming Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha members, becoming governors. So what precedent is Ravi Srivastava really talking about, Kapil Sakla?
I think what Mr. Srivastava is trying to do is browbeat the judiciary by saying that if you don't toe in line, and if you don't give the kind of judgment that we want, we would cast aspirations against you. He hasn't said that any of the judgments were bad in law. He hasn't said that the judges did not do their job. He hasn't said anything to that effect. The only sin of the judges, as I hear it, is that they were a part of the judgments. They were part of a bench that passed these judgments. That is what the Supreme Court does. And it is very unfortunate that what is now being tried to do, and it's a very sad day indeed, is that you have nothing against the judge. You have nothing against the judiciary. You have nothing against the judgments, because you can't say that they are bad in law. So what do? Is the moment somebody is given some position, you start cooking your own meat, so to say. You start creating a hullabaloo. You create a smoke screen. That is all there is. Article 124 part 7 clearly says that a Supreme Court judge can't practice anywhere in India. But what do? There's a lot of fire left in the judges, right? You can't change the constitution right now to say, all right, we'll increase the age. So what do judges do? The cash cow is that they become arbitrators. Why would a judge want to actually do whatever is to be done here by becoming NCLT or whatever? They make 10 times the money as arbitrators. But they have a lot of fire left. So their experience, their knowledge, their age, their understanding of law can be put to good use. What does he want? What does this gentleman want? That we get another tainted politician as a governor? What does he want? That we get an industrialist as a governor? You have a retired Supreme Court judge. A retired Supreme Court judge that has given so much to judiciary and to the nation. And he's ready to serve again. And the only challenge that you have today is not constitutional, because the constitution doesn't stop any person to become the governor of India, in this case a retired Supreme Court judge. You can't challenge him on precedent, because there are at least 2 precedents in various other situations. Justice Sadasivam, Justice Fatima were all put in as governors. You can't challenge on the law, because the law is settled law, it is good law. So what do? You create a smoke screen. You try to poison the entire stream by saying, oh, just because he's been made a governor, there must be some kind of shaking of hands. But you have nothing to say that there was a shaking of hands, because the law that was laid down by the Supreme Court was bad in law. He's also given you the right of privacy. The Puttaswamy judgment. You did not have a problem with that.
Absolutely.
That actually empowered every human, every citizen.
Mr. Agrawal,
you did not have a problem with that. Now you have a problem. I don't even understand why.
Mr. Agrawal, Kapil, you made a point. Mr. Agrawal, I'll come to you. It's not that the BJP has not been on the wrong side of the stick when it comes to governors, from Robesh Bhandari to Kamla Beniwal. I'll come to you. But Manasvi, you wanted to make a point. So quickly, I'm just, structuring it for you. It's constitutional. There is nothing against these kind of appointments insofar as the constitution goes. There is enough precedent about which we have already spoken. The fact that on merits, there are no arguments effectively against Justice S. Abdul Nazeer becoming governor. Insofar as his work, body of work as justice in the Supreme Court on the bench is concerned, even that is beyond the pale of any doubt. So what's the issue really, Manasvi? You are not able to really phrase it. BJP might have done a 180-degree turn, and I'll ask Mr. Agarwal on that. But that does not in any manner raises any question or gives the right to the lobby in Delhi to raise any questions about the integrity and competence of Justice Nazeer.
Yes, very well said.
Abhishek, this is not about integrity and a qualification of Justice Nazeer. You are very right. On constitutional point, it is right. It's bang on. On precedent point, it is bang on. Inclusion of every section, it's bang on. It's not about that individual Honorable Justice Nazeer.
So your only problem is BJP doing it. Everything is okay, but BJP should not do it.
No. Abhishek, let me frame my point. The only problem is on the stand. On the stand of BJP in 2012, 2013 in the Rajya Sabha, Arun Jaitley ji said that this should not be allowed. Post-retirement job should not be given to the judges. This was the stand of BJP. Now BJP has completely changed. It's a completely 360-degree turn. Now my question to a common mind would be that what is your stand? Was your stand in 2012 and 13 this, and now you have changed it? Now you accept it now that we have changed it. We have accepted that we are what Congress used to do pre 2014. We are okay with it. Tell the country the truth. It's not about the qualification of an individual. It's perfectly
I have to give this to Mr. Agarwal. Mr. Agarwal. You know, the BJP also, the BJP, as I mentioned, it's not very far into the past that there was a standoff between the Gujarat government and then governor in the state, Kamala Beniwal, on the issue of Gujarat Control of Organised Crime Bill or law. We have not forgotten, at least people of my generation would recall Ramesh Bhandari, for example, the issues he created for the UP government. So it's not that the BJP has not, face the brunt of the institution of governors when the center chooses them to use in a certain manner. In that sense, would you want to respond to what the larger argument is, that the issue is not constitutionalism, the issue is not precedent, the issue is the BJP position which has changed after coming to power?
Okay, this can be one of the contention, but the thing is that I would like to understand is that if the BJP has opposed this appointment, then morally they may say that we cannot take this stand. One thing, but the issue has been well settled in the Dattu's bench in the Justice Dattu's bench in the Supreme Court has taken cognizance of the issue, and they have given the verdict and judgment that they have given it that the constitutional validity about the appointment. One thing. Second thing that I want to underline is the only factor when it is not illegal, unconstitutional or anything, the important factor is why they are opposition is opposing. That is one reason is that he has given a judgment which is in favor of Ram Janmabhoomi construction of temple. So the only thing which boils down to the opposition is they are against the construction of temple of Ram at Ayodhya. And important thing is that they are working in the mindset that any opportunity where even to the extent of undermining the institution, which is where they can oppose BJP or the current government, democratically elected government, they will undermine its authority. So these are the two factors very important, that they are against that the construction of Ram temple.
I will take this forward from there. I will take this forward from there. Let me rephrase it in a shorter manner and take this to Ravi Srivastava. Ravi, I am only left with 2 minutes. I give the second last word to you and the last word to Kapil Sakla. Ravi, the contention of BJP is that you are opposing this because of Ram Temple, and 2, because you don't respect the mandate that the BJP has. Ravi Srivastava, we have a classic case of precedent, because you were mentioning precedent. We have this classic case of Justice Baharul Islam from Assam, I believe. He was a 2-term member of the Rajya Sabha in 1950s and 60s. Then he quit politics to join judiciary, became a High Court judge, Chief Justice, came to the Supreme Court, retired from the Supreme Court, or I think resigned, then again went back to join politics and became a member of parliament. So essentially, it is buttressing. Your arguments are essentially buttressing what the BJP is saying. Your problem is Ram Temple. Your problem is you don't respect the mandate. It's not about the precedent. Ravi Srivastava, quickly, 40 seconds, and then I have to go to Kapil Sakla.
If you count the number of the judgments against the government in last 9 years, I think your fingers will be more than the number of cases decided in favor of the opposition. whether it is Pegasus, whether it is Rafale, whether it is...
No. Again. You can't make that kind of charge against the topmost judiciary, topmost court of the country.
No judgment.
Ravi, this can fall foul of the topmost court of the country. I will not allow this. Ravi, you can't question an institution as hallowed as the Supreme Court of India.
That because you want to misuse the people.
Ravi, you can't. I would not allow that. You can't question the Supreme Court's wisdom
Because BJP is using only
as an institution
to harass the opposition government. Whether it is the DNK government, whether it is the BRS government, whether it is LG or...
No. That's a separate thing. That's the argument you should be making, not questioning the Supreme Court's wisdom on verdicts it has delivered. Okay, good. You should have made that argument, Ravi Srivastava, that the use or misuse or abuse of office of governor, which in a way has been secular in the sense any party in power perhaps has done that less or more. But let me give the last word to Kapil Sankla. Kapil, the fact of the matter is, I gave the classic example of Justice Baharul Islam. We have, Kapil, hold on. Gopal Agarwal, hold on. We have the example of Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, a Communist Party member, becoming a minister, bringing in the PIL system of adjudication, public interest litigation, given a Padma Vibhushan by a BJP government. Remember, it started as a communist leader. So we have history replete. If you look at international experience, we have a Republican Justice Kavanaugh, we have a Democrat Justice Sonia Sotomayor, and they openly say, when they are being questioned by the Senate and the Congress for their confirmation, they have been Republicans, they have been Democrats. I am pushing the envelope. I am saying, what's wrong? In fact, that's not the case with Justice Nazeer. But what's wrong? If there are political affiliations of the judges, we are living in an open society. As citizens, they have a right to a political opinion, Kapil Sankla, as has been underscored by the Supreme Court in the recent appointment of Justice Gauri.
May I just say that I don't really want to talk about political affiliations, but what I really want to talk about is that as a first generation lawyer who's been blessed to reach wherever he has, anytime somebody tells me that I could have done it better if I had a kin who was a judge, who was in the judiciary or a senior lawyer or whatever, I look at examples. And here is the best example, a person who was, I don't know if you know, he was a fisherman who studied and became a lawyer eventually. And somebody from the minority who's actually reached where he's reached the pinnacle of success as a Supreme Court judge, and right now has been made the governor. I mean, they had a problem. The Congress, some gentlemen and some show had a problem that you're not taking care of minorities enough. Here is a representation where somebody from the minority has become the governor, and he did not have a kith and kin or political affiliation. His father was somewhere or some grandfather was somewhere.
Kapil, essentially the point you are making is, unfortunately I am running short of time, point you are making is that on merits and on representation, on both counts, Justice S. Abdul Nazir's appointment as Governor of Andhra is absolutely kosher. The lobby has problems with the BJP, not essentially with the justice or his appointment, because remember, every political party has their hand in the till so far as appointments to the gubernatorial assignments go. And Manish Tiwari, of course, perhaps is a case of sour grapes, because remember, when he was in power, innumerable appointments happened of justices taking these kind of assignments. I think the debate is either not needed or needed in a constructive manner. On that note, I thank you all my guests, Kapil, Mr. Agrawal, Manasvi, and of course Ravi Srivastava. A short break. On the other side, another important burning question of the day on SDPI, giving a ticket to an accused in the murder of Praveen Nettaru in Karnataka. After a short break.